Kieran Foran. I see a picture of Kieran Foran. Okay. Let's get this ready to go. Get ready to rumble. Let's get this on. Hello. Hi, everyone watching this. This is the Rage Traders NRL Supercoach round 11 team list. I can't believe it's already round 11 in Supercoach. Bit late to this one, unfortunately. But better late than never. Better late than never. I am trying streaming this stuff. Maybe not best when you're doing it 50 minutes late. But it is what it is, right? It is what it is. I'm just going to go through everything for you guys that watch later on and you can't watch live or whatever. Thanks for being here. Hope you're having a wonderful week so far. And I got to get this one polished off pretty quickly. Let's just check out the fantasy side once again. I don't want to look at my team. I shouldn't look at my team because then I'm going to know who's in and out. So we'll talk about trades and everything after that. I do have my trades locked in already, but we shall see what happens here. Knights, Eels off, starting off with a banger. Banger meaning two of the worst teams. But let's go. All right, Knights versus Eels, Friday, 6 p.m. at McDonald's Jones Stadium. Well, let's see. Jesus, what do we have here? Centre Dane Gagai is set for his 300th NRL game and will line up in the backline alongside 20-year-old debutant Fletcher Hunt after Greg Marzu was ruled out. Guess what, Fletcher? You ain't getting the ball because Bradman Best is there. Leo Thompson will also miss Friday's clash after a head knock. Whoa, does that actually make Jacob Saifidi even more of a grab? I'll have to speak to some people of that. Like, that's interesting. Because I was going to go Hosking, but then I wanted to also go Jacob Saifidi. The reshuffle has seen Adam Elliott added to the starting side and Thomas Cant. Oh, he's back. No way. Okay. Cantman is back. Ant-Man. Cantman. Jack Hetherington has been listed as 18th man in his bid. So their reserves, their interchange, Jaden Bradley, Matt Croker, Thomas Cant, and Brodie Jones. I think that's a really nice sign for Jacob Saifidi. I'm pretty sure. That's interesting. Okay, we'll have to pay a bit more attention. I'll speak to some people about that. If you haven't looked at Jacob Saifidi, give him a look now because Leo Thompson goes out. We could see a nice 55, maybe 50 to 60 minute game from Jacob Saifidi and his 361,000 with a nice base. Eels, Zach Lomax is set to make his return from a foot injury. This will be a really good look for Origin. That has sidelined him since round 5. The winger will have one game to play his way into New South Wales State Origin jumper. Yep, we just said that. Bailey Simonson, who picked up a foot injury last weekend, is the swap. Okay, Jason Rolls has made some changes to his 4-pack with back rower Matt Dury added to the starting side at the expense of Charlie Geimer. Charlie Geimer is in and out. It's more than a drive-through. This guy, he is just, I feel sorry for him. All right, so nothing crazy there. I expect Knights to win this game, but who knows? Who knows? Who bloody knows? All right, let's go to the next one. Bulldogs, Roosters, a massive, massive clash here. This is going to be an absolute amazing game to watch. A little pod, someone you could go to, could be a bit of a trap. Connor Tracy, look at the numbers. He's not that bad. All right, Bulldogs, just one change from the competition leaders after Salmon suffered an ankle injury. That's unfortunate. In last week's victory over the Raiders, Harry Hayes comes into the starting side. That could be huge because he's a very good player, but how long does that last? Youngster Luke Smith is in line for an NRL debut off the bench. Lindsay Collins will have one game to prove his fitness for a Queensland State of Origin call-up after he's named on the interchange. A representative forward has not played since he suffered a knee injury in round 5. Cool. No other changes for the Roosters. Okay. So that's very interesting for Harry Hayes. Maybe put a watch list on him there. He's been spoken about before. The base is very high, but the minutes were very low. This could be his moment. If you still have Nafahu White, keep holding. I got rid of Watson. I hope he doesn't have a really good game here. And also the talk about Sandon Smith. What do you do with Sandon Smith? I think you're still holding, or you can sell now. I'm going to hold one more, I think, and then go from there. I really don't want to keep shifting and making different plays in hooker position. Going to Riley Smith was enough for me. And I think I'm just happy to have Sandon Smith there the whole year. That might be crazy to say because he's worth so much money. But do we want to keep expending trades in a position that does absolutely nothing? And we know that Sandon Smith has the ability to go 100 plus. Isn't that something you want in a hooker position? But yeah. Nothing else much there. Max King, I personally wouldn't go to him. Some people have been talking about that. A lot of Origin players going to come out here. So yeah, just hold tight. Kick-Cow is also a great pod you can look at. Angus Crichton being a bit under par this season, I feel like, but we shall see how that goes. The big one is most probably Billy Smith. I think he's got like a 64 break even. Do you sell him? That's very viable if you do sell him, but they also have, very good buy coverage, the Roosters, so be wary of that. And it will be very interesting to see how Tedesco goes. I think if Roosters win this game and Tedesco has a blinder, he's going to get picked for Origin. So if you're a Tedesco owner, you're most probably not wanting him to have a cracker of a game. Next one, Dolphins v Warriors. Warriors, one of the biggest informed teams at the moment, but I think this is going to be a very, very high scoring game. No changes to the squad that held onto the defeat of Parramatta last week. One minor reshuffles, Raystone and Tom Gilbert have switched roles. Okay, sure. James Fisher-Harris is set to return. Hopefully that doesn't hurt Aaron Clark too much. He's been named a prop while winger. RTS will be given every chance to prove his fitness. Sure. Afoa started at prop last week but drops out of the squad. Jackson Ford being ruled out also helps Aaron Clark as well. It also helps... look, James Fisher-Harris mostly just comes in and goes, takes all of the minutes there. And Aaron Clark should still do his thing. So if you're an Aaron Clark owner, be very, very happy. He is an absolute gun at the moment. And with these little front row forward injuries, he's just soaking up and really doing well in terms of his base and stats. Anything else here to really mention? Herbie Farnworth, is he a grab right now? You could say yes. They're coming into a bye as well. There is potential that you just go Herbie Farnworth at round 13 because they have a nice run then. I'm still and ahhing about it. I can see exactly why you'd go to him now. I can also see exactly why you'd be waiting for round 13 to go to Herbie Farnworth if you don't have him. I think you're just super scared. Herbie Farnworth against the Warriors is something that's kind of scaring me. I don't know. The thought of this being a very high scoring game, you think that Herbie Farnworth is going to be very active in this one, but we shall see. TMM still on the interchange. I wonder how much. Also, watch list Valmega, just because he's getting a bit of increased minutes due to the injuries. Jackson Ford is only a HIA injury, though. All right. Next game, Cowboys versus the Sea Eagles. Whoa, this will be another cracker as well, since Sea Eagles pretty much Lost comfortably to the Sharks, I'd say. All right, let's do this. Young gun Jackson Purdue has shifted from center to 5'8". Oh, that is a nightmare. That is a nightmare. What? From center to 5'8" in a major shake-up to the North Queensland attack with Tom Dearden to play halfback. Yeah, right. Zach, okay, that's insane. I did not see that coming. Zach Labart comes into the centers in this. Zach Labart's in. Ooh, okay. That is big. Watch this guy. If you don't have him on your watch list, go and put him on your watch list now. Okay, that's very interesting. Jake Trbojevic has returned to his primary position in the lock and looks to play his way back into the New South Wales jumper. The shuffle has seen Jazz Tavaga move back to hooker with Ethan Bullimore to start at prop. Okay, so nothing much there. Talking about players, well, the biggest talking point here is Jackson Purdue. You would definitely rather him in the centers here. This is going to be super, super interesting. I would personally, if I had him right now, jump off and go to your Herbies, go to your Garricks. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen there now. If they even win this game, you'd think he just sits there, especially with Tom Dearden going to be playing Origin. So that's a bit of a left curveball. So yeah, Sharks versus Storm, most probably going to be the game of the week. Let's see what happens here. Sifa Talakai is on track to make a return from a concussion. Has been named on the interchange with Teague Wilton. Remains a chance of completing his comeback from a shoulder injury. Sure, Talakai has replaced Tom Hazelton, who succumbs to a shoulder injury. Okay, we saw that. And then Captain Harry Grant has been listed in the reserves. You can't go Harry Grant right now because of Origin, but we shall see how he plays. Just one change to the 17 that dismantled the Tigers with Tua Kamika named on the bench. Wow, Nelson goes back to the reserves. That's interesting. I thought he had a really good game last week. Broncos versus Dragons. Not a lot of changes so far. Oh, and as soon as I say that, Ezra Mam is set to play his first game of NRL season and replaces veteran 5'8" Ben Hunt, who injured his hamstring. Isn't it so weird that Ben Hunt gets injured before the week Ezra Mam is set to come back? It's like such a weird silver lining. Just one other change to the team that fell to South Sydney last week, with Xavier Wilson named in the back row and Brendan Piakura on the bench. That is really weird. I thought Piakura had a really nice game. You most probably can't go to him now because of that. Big watch on Xavier Wilson, how many minutes he gets, especially during the Origin period, because he's someone we can go to for the coverage in that time. Yeah, but these are two big watches, these guys here for the Broncos. Shoulder injury to Toby Couchman has seen Jack DeBellin come into the starting side. Blake Laurie, the new face on the bench. Dylan Egan has been named in the back row. And Luciano Leilua on the interchange. Thank God, because Luciano Leilua misses so many tackles, it's ridiculous. But they could trade places on game day as they did last week. I swear to you, if Egan goes to the bench, this is the worst coach I've ever seen. Honestly, just fire him. Just fire him. Leilua is trash. Raiders Titans, 4:05 on Sunday, the 18th of May. Corey Horsburgh's in. Love to see it. Do you trade him now? Maybe you don't. This will be a pretty forward-heavy game, though. Biggest talking point is Zach Hosking, shifted to the second row in place of Matty Nicholson, so he's going to get a lot of minutes here. I think he's going to be, I wouldn't say Hosking is a must-have, but with the draw that Canberra have and the base Hosking can put up with likely a bit of increased minutes here, I think he's close to just being someone that we really, really need to focus on during this Origin period. He might not be a season keeper. He could be, but the way that Canberra have been playing, they're clearly a much better team. Into this Matty Nicholson injury that I luckily did trade it out 2 weeks ago. It kind of worked out well for me. See Zach Hosking just, lavishing it all up and getting the minutes here. So, yeah. The Good Place, how you doing? Hosking feels pretty unambitious to me. Nicholson was an impending sell for me. Not sure if I'm spending a trade to get his like-for-like replacement. I just think we know the capability of Hosking and what type of player he is. The only thing is mostly his injuries. However, I do think... Well, this is the question, right? I'll ask you this question. If you don't go Hosking from Nicholson, who would be two other choices that you would make? Now, if you said to me you didn't have Dylan Lucas, I would say I would 100% support you going Dylan Lucas over Hosking. But you let me know what you think two picks you would go besides Hosking in that position, and maybe we can talk about it that way. But thanks for commenting. The Good Place. Appreciate you, brother. I nuffed Mamuzelis and sold Nicholson to Joe Tapane. Is it Tapane or Tapani? I'm gonna say Tapane, but don't say anything. Just let me say it the way I want it. Okay, that's fair. I think that's completely fine as long as you have two RFs or four second row forwards that are going to be fine during the Origin period. You don't need to, but I just know this was the one thing for me at the start of the season when I saw, because Hosking was like 510 or 550,000 at the start of the season. When they played their first two games, I started actually getting scared of not having him. Then he got injured and I went, I think I've just been saved. Like, it was really, really unfortunate. And we know he has the ability to get tries, do try assists. He's got an awesome base. Like, he's a great player. With the Canberra run, it just scares me not to have him. I think Terrell May will play Origin. Yep. I definitely think he will. I wouldn't trade him out now. I'd just wait for the Origin list next week and go from there. I actually am planning on holding Terrell May and Payne Haas and having Aaron Clark and someone else as my FRF. That's what I'm planning on doing. It might be crazy, but I don't want to overtrade in front row forwards. So yeah, that's going to be my play. So yeah. Kieran Foran is set for his first match since injuring his biceps during the preseason. Challenge named to be being named on a new look interchange. Jamin Joloff will make his return from the suspension via the bench, with Isaac Fasua Malawi unavailable due to concussion protocols. Rama Howe is the other man to drop out. Just for the minor changes on his own, Philip Sami. Okay. Sure. So nothing crazy here for this game. I think Tamale is still a hold. Should you trade Tino then? I think they're all going to play Origin. I think everyone you've just said play Origin. The one person I would most really sell out of those three is Horsburgh. Again, I think I'm going to hold on I think I'm going to let go of Horsburgh this week. He's already been traded out in my team, but I just wanted to see what other carnage I would cop. I think I still have Kent in my team as well, which is good. Yeah, so nothing else here. Hello, Swish, by the way. I hope you're doing well. The one thing is Horsburgh could not be named, and then you just get this guy that could be a FRF replacement through this period. That would be really, really nice, and someone you could plug in there. That's the only risk you're taking. But I do think he will play Origin. He's put his hand up pretty well this season, played consistently well, and I think he deserves it. Yeah, nothing much here to talk about. If you have Starling, keep holding on to Starling. And Origin-wise, I personally am holding. I understand if you sell someone. I think if you are selling someone, it's Horsburgh, but completely up to you. Surely just wait a week and don't trade anyone this week. True. If you saw the trades I'm doing, though, you would most probably say let loose. Also, Horsburgh's reached his peak, and he's not a type of front row forward that really goes 90, 100, 110. But we know Payne Haas and Terrell May have the capability of doing that, and that's why I think there's more value in holding them rather than Horsburgh. That's all. I never see Horsburgh being a guy that's going to get 90 or 100. West Tigers, Rabbits. Let's see what's going on here. Emerging centre Stafford is on track to return. Sure. Charlie Staines has kept his place on the wing. Brett Natham named on the interchange. Bye-bye, Brent. Knee injury to Fanua Pole has seen prop Royce Hunt come into the starting side. Sure. Alex Johnston has been named. Welcome back. Yep. Fletcher Meyer shifts to the reserves as a result with no other changes. I do think West Tigers are going to win this game. I think they're a different breed at home. Is it at home? Are they at home? Campbelltown Sports Stadium. Yeah. So we shall see how they go here. I've still got Galvin. I think he's going to have a pretty good game here. I'm going to see. I think West Tigers are just going to be too agile for Rabbits. I don't know. We shall see what happens here, but I expect a big bounce back game from Tigers. Nothing really to report here about the Rabbitohs, to be honest, besides Kaloma Tungi in the forwards, which is nice to see. He's someone we can definitely look for in this Origin period. I'm holding Cleary. I think I'm holding Cleary because I think he will back up in round 13, and that game is against Parramatta. I could be completely wrong, but if you look at the ladder and you look at where Penrith is, I think he has to play that game. If he gets injured or something like that in Origin, so be it. But I'm just not going to be doing that at the moment. I think he's a fine hold. I think you can go Jerome Hughes or maybe like Jamal Fogarty instead of him, if that's what you wanted to do. But I think for now, I'm just going to be holding. Oh, this is it. That's it. Oh. He's a definite sell in round 15. Selling now depends on if you have Nicholson, Marju injuries. I traded Nicholson 2 weeks ago, thinking that he'd do really bad against the Bulldogs, which he didn't. And then he got injured, sorry. So, yeah. So, at the moment, as it stands for me, I've boosted this week going Horsburgh, Marzu, and Billy Smith to Hosking, Farnworth, and Garrick. Are they some omega tasty trades? What do you guys think about that one? Obviously not set in stone for this, but very happy with it at the moment. I know Roosters have very good buy coverage. I just really don't like Billy Smith at the moment. He's sitting with a 64 break even coming into the biggest in form / the best team in the comp at the moment. He's also on Crichton and Carraz's side, which just scares me even more. And then in round 12, they're coming up against the Sharks, who are also a very good defensive team. I wouldn't mind looking at trading him back in if anything persists, but I think it's just the Mark Nawidawase, Robert Toya side. We shall see if anything changes with Sam Walker coming back in their attack. But for me, I'm very, very happy with these trades at the moment. The only thing my biggest question is, should I boost this round? That's really all I'm thinking about. To be honest with you, I love how my team looks. At the moment, it's going to look something. Well, obviously, Hosking will go in. Can't on the interchange. What is his? So his break even is 52. That's fine. I'm just going to play him. I'm going to hold him. But very happy with this. I have Hines, Cleary on the bye, Campbell as well. I've got Garrick as well. Galvin, who I think is going to have a nice game. Why is Tamale in my... What have I done? Have I done something weird? Why is Tamale in my flex? I don't know why it's like this, but I'll take it. Also, the most traded in at the moment, I think we can view it like this. How do you, is it who? Most trades. Zach Hosking, 1,600 trades. Wow. For Marzu. Okay, so I think what people are doing is if they have Dylan Lucas, they go Marzu out, Dylan Lucas down, Hosking in. I still think King Togia is a massive trap. Do you think Ongi to Teddy is a safer trade next week? Yeah, so that is exactly what I'm looking at doing. I want to wait for Origin lists. 100% don't do that now, because if Teddy gets named, you're going to be kicking yourself. Also, Teddy's versing the Bulldogs, so it's like I wouldn't rush to do that trade at all. For me, I'm very, very happy with Iongi at the moment, and he's got a 36 break even. He's still going to make us money, which is crazy to say. And I think I'm not going to have any Roosters players in my team against the Bulldogs. So, yeah, I'm just going to let this be. The 33, does he have a 33 break even? Yeah, that is scary. Even if he has a 33 break even, though, for me, 889, sure. I don't know. You can go for it if you want, but just think about this. Imagine if you go Iongi to Tedesco. Okay, let's say Tedesco gets a 70. Great. But let's say Iongi gets a 50 or 60 against Knights. And then next week, Tedesco gets named for Origin. And then you've got Iongi versus Manly without Daly Cherry Evans, possibly Turbo, no Jake Trbojevic. Like, that just doesn't add up to me why you would do that. Like, surely the points doesn't match up there. So I wouldn't do that. Look, if he doesn't, I think you can still wait till after as well. But look, that's just my opinion. Like, go with your gut. If you want to do it, go right now and do it. I'm hoping to start grabbing ground this week. You can sort of see from my team that I'm very, very Origin prepped. So I've got Hosking, Katoa, Lucas, Haas, May is obviously going to be what's coming out. So what I'm looking at doing is Aaron Clark is going to be like my front row forward boy. And then next week, I can look at shifting one of them. So basically what I can do is I can either go Hubner, Kant, or Egan. I get one of them out. I bring Tino down. And then I'll get my front row forward from that. So I'll move the second front row forward here. Could be Jacob Saifidi, someone like that. Or just whoever I think is a great FRF. And then they will be my 2 FRFs. And then I'll have these 3 plus whoever's here. Then I'll have Hines through the period. I'll have Galvin and Campbell. Then I'll have hopefully Karaz. Egan might be in front row forward next week. No way. Wow. I didn't know about that. Karaz will also hopefully not get picked. I don't think they're going to pick him. But if he does, he does. Like, it is what it is, right? And then I have space. Like, if something like that happens, that's when I can go Garrick up to center. Then I can go Tedesco in. I can go Edwards if he doesn't get picked. I can go whoever I really want. I really, really like Joe Tarpanay for the second front row forward. So if Karaz actually doesn't get picked, I might look at doing something like that where I use my flex for someone like Joe or something like that. I don't know exactly how I'm going to do it, but we'll figure it out. I didn't know it was Jules next week. They said Egan might get it because he plays middle. Should be at least 6 to 8 guys getting DPP. Wow. Teddy's nearly worth anti-potting in round 12 for Ionios. They play a full-strength Sharks team. Yep, correct. Yep. That's why everyone's going like Nikora. I think KL Ero is a very nice pick. I don't think I'd be doing it. Look, he got a very late try. I really, I'd need to look at their draw, but maybe he's a bit later of a pick. Maybe when it's like 14, so maybe 14, 15. I really like him in round 14. Yeah. That looks nice. I like that. But yeah, that's the team list, guys. They're my trades at the moment. I will put up who I think what my trades are in the community post. And also I am going I'll show you my captains this week because I did decide on it. I'm actually going who was I doing? Why have I not thought about this? Did I go Herbie Vice? No, I think I had Sharp Vice. So I'm going Fletcher Sharp Vice captain. And then it was it Terrell May captain? Yes, that's what it was. I also think this is a week where we can literally go Haas Vice captain, Terrell May captain. That also makes sense to me. I don't know what else you'd be looking at doing here. Maybe the Newcastle Para game. Fletcher Sharp looks really good. Ponga, even if you wanted to dare risk it. Yeah, that's where I'll be going. Nikora will be attacking Angus Crichton, who will be out for Origin. Nikora will be attacking Oh, this is round 12. You're right. So they're not. So if Teddy's not in, it's going to be no Connor Watson, no Crichton. Oh, God. Oh, God. No Teddy, no Crichton, no Watson. Is there anyone else? Yeah, that is actually nice. So you could go round 12 easily on him there. And then they go... But then they have a bye here? They have a bye? That's the only thing. But yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Good point. Good point. So yeah, that is it. That's what I'm thinking. Captains wise, at the moment I've gone up 1,116 spots, 6.6 or 6.6, 6,656 is my rank. So over this Origin period, I'm really looking to rein it in a bit and get some big scores and climb. I've been prepping up this side about for like maybe 3 weeks now. So hopefully that works out. I'm going to hold on to Jenkins because I think someone with a -2 break even should be held. And I'm going to trade out Billy Smith. Everyone, thank you for watching and supporting the channel once again. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Would love all the support we can get. You know what? I know this is crazy, but I'm so excited for next season. Like, I can't wait to do content next season, pre-season. I feel like we're just going to blow up a bit and we're going to have a lot of people coming in. And I've got a few surprises lined up for the people, the subscribers. One more thing. Sharks only played 2 games outside of New South Wales for the... Whoa. I would prefer I would prefer KL Ero over Nikora. Am I crazy for saying that? If you could only choose one for the rest of the season, who would you pick? Surely it's KL Ero though, right? I don't know. I might be crazy for saying that. I just love his work ethic. He's a bit of a beast. Anyway, guys, I have to go. Got to go look after my kid, go hang out with my wife. Thank you for watching once again. Thank you for being here. 16 people. I love you all. If you don't type and you just enjoy the content, just thanks for supporting. Appreciate you all. Take care of yourselves. If you feel like commenting on the video and just saying, hey, what do you think I should do for trades? What are you thinking? What are you going to do for trades? Just shoot them through. I think next season we're going to do like a WhatsApp group and try and be a bit more professional with it all. But for this season, we're just getting started. We were just chilling, doing content. And then we'll go into 6th gear next season. So yeah, much love. Ange, good place. Swish, take it easy, guys. Good luck with your teams. Good luck with your captains. I'll see you on the next one. God bless.